morning, Lululus. How you doing? We're never gonna have a slow news day again, are we? Nope. Let's get into it. As I'm sure you've already seen yesterday, a right-wing news rag called Alpha News released the footage from the man who murdered Renee Good in cold blood, and I can't understand for the life of me why they did it, because it directly contradicts everything that the administration has said so far about this terrible event. They said that he feared for his life because of his history of being dragged by a vehicle during a previous arrest, and that is why he felt the need to bring out this deadly force. But in the footage, in which he's using his own personal cell phone to film this interaction, once Renee's wife starts telling him to go away and go get a sandwich, big boy, that was the point in which he moves his cell phone from his right hand to his left hand so that he could reach for his sidearm on his side. It is at that point that he steps around to the front of the vehicle. He had intended to remove his firearm long before he walked to the front of that vehicle. And then she tries to verbally de-escalate the situation. She says, "It's okay, dude. I'm not mad at you." And then one person tells her to keep going, and another person tells her to get out of the car. And she keeps going because she reached a point where fawn didn't work, and so she chose flee instead. And that is what cost her her life. And yet the Vice Penguin reposted this video as if it was proof. And that's just demonstrative of the fact that we are not living in the same universe as these people. We can look at the same things, we can watch the same video, and yet all anyone sees is whatever the heck it is that they want to see. That whole 1984 don't believe your lying eyes thing has firmly embedded itself in American culture. Because if any person can be gunned down outside of their own home in their own car just because these law enforcement officials deem them to be a threat, then absolutely none of us are safe. And neither are the real law enforcement officials. I feel bad for them because there are men and women who have actively dedicated their entire lives to keeping our streets safe. There are men and women who woke up every single day and put their bodies in real danger against real criminals every single day, and they are being lumped in with these reject rent-a-cops, and it is making all of us and all of them less safe as well. Not that that should be surprising coming from the people that were responsible for the insurrection. But that incident was not a warning shot for us. That was for you, MAGA. They wanted to make sure that you knew, oh, you better not change your mind. Don't start thinking about foreign influences now. Don't start worrying about war powers now. Don't read those files too closely, because in the event that you change your mind, this is what's going to happen to you. And this ain't gonna save you. Speaking of the files, thanks to Thomas Massey and Rokana, there's now going to be a special master that's in charge of all of these remaining 5 million Floridian billionaire files because the DOJ cannot be trusted. Obviously. Thank you for your continued attention to this matter. In my opinion, I think that files should be released every single day. If you have 400 lawyers that are going through and redacting the victims' names, well, at the end of every day, each of those files that have been redacted should be released immediately. Every single day so that we can digest them. What's not being digested well is the Joker's plans for Venezuela, because yesterday he had a big meeting with all of the biggest oil executives in the entire country that are now saying that they were not consulted in the invasion of Venezuela and that they have determined this project to be uninvestable, because it would cost billions of dollars, lots of manpower to rebuild the infrastructure of Venezuela, and they would not get a return on those investments for decades. So they're not interested in doing that. He got so overwhelmed during this meeting that he abruptly got up in the middle of it and went and looked out the window. He was like, "Wow,
Look at this view. Isn't it beautiful? This is exactly where the ballroom is going to be. It's going to be tremendous."
And the people held hostage in that room were so uncomfortable that they were just nervously laughing. They're like, J.D. Vance was like trying to look dignified, looking over her shoulder at him, and Marco Rubio was just like, I'm not really here. I'm not really here. So yeah, it turns out overthrowing a foreign country for their resources isn't quite the lucrative endeavor that you thought it was. Surprise, surprise. But not to worry, he's got his sights set a lot closer to home now, because now he wants to go to land war with Mexico. He said that the drug cartels are actually the ones running Mexico, not their amazing, fantastic, incredible president. And she basically told him, try me, bro. Please do. Because I don't know how it looks outside of your window, but my street is covered in snow. And if Mexico stops sending us food tomorrow, a lot of us are going to be getting real hungry. The other day, Tom Tillis got on the House floor, and it almost seemed like he was arriving at the point. He was admonishing Pee Wee German for giving the Joker all of this terrible advice, and that the Joker wants to do the right thing, but it's just all of these horrible cabinet members that are being irresponsible and not telling him the right thing to do. And so supposedly they've put a stop on his war powers in that region, but like, you think that's gonna stop him? Good luck with that. But in response, the Joker said he's not joking about Greenland. He is absolutely serious.
And they can either do it the easy way or they can do it the hard way.
What do you think that means? Put a leash on your dog, Tim, because none of us want to play this game. And lastly, thanks to all the ridiculous censorship on this app, there are creators that are leaving the creator fund en masse, and I'm considering doing that myself. I think I made $23 last month here on this app. So my time and energy is really no longer worth it monetarily to stay on this platform, but I will still be here posting. But if you could please help me by following me elsewhere, same name on all platforms, that would be a really, really big help to me. And no matter what happens today, I hope you guys believe in yourself. I hope you drink some yummy coffee, I hope you eat a yummy snack. And as always, keep your eyes up, keep your feet on the ground. See you next time. Ta-ta.